We've taken in so many big Orioles wins.
I'm here to keep you cool. We didn't think we'd have this kind of heat in Seattle.
It's supposed to be 72 today. It's almost 90. This was a big one.
I mean, you talk about the Oriole young players not having playoff experience. They had it last night. This was a playoff setting against a quality team, the hottest team in baseball right now. The crowd was electric. The Oriole pitching staff didn't allow them to get going because when you don't score in 10 innings, it's hard to get that momentum going. But I thought it was a great environment no matter who won the game, but the Orioles found a way. Let's start with Cole Irvin, right? For him, not pitching much this year. It's been a tough year for him. Thought he'd be in the rotation. He was down in AAA in April, and all he says, I want to help the team. Well, he helped the team big time with 5 strong, and then those 5 relievers come in and cover another 5 innings. So real good win for the Birds last night.
Yeah, and it should be no surprise. 4 hits for the Orioles. 2 of them belong to Ryan Mountcastle, but the second where they needed it the most. Again, just a huge performance right here for him. You can almost feel it coming, Scott, as he steps in. He's been the guy this entire second half since he came back off of the IL. And you just get those little infield hits. Just get him right past the defense. Do enough to get the job done. And as we take a look at what he's been able to do so far, again, he has been one of the best since coming back from vertigo. That 403 average is first. 1,000+ OPS, his on-base percentage, because keep in mind, that does matter. He's been getting more walks than we have seen in his career this year, and the 7th inning or later, a 350 average, 1,000+ OPS again. This guy is really tough to beat.
Yeah, I mean, since he came back, he had that pinch hit in Minnesota, right? Came off the IL, missed a month with vertigo, had a pinch hit. They pull him for a pinch runner. He gets greeted at the dugout. All the guys are hugging him. Welcome back, Mountie. And then we watched him go 11 for 13 in Toronto. We just saw him hit a 474-foot homer, the longest at Camden Yards. Now he has the game-winning hit last night. I looked today. He leads the major leagues in batting average in August. That number's 459. His on-base percentage is 543. That also leads the majors in August. So Mountie is on a roll right now. What is a career-high 19-game streak where he's reached base. He's hitting 13 of the last 14. He's been incredible because the bats haven't been booming lately, and Ryan Mountcastle's helped carry the load.
Yeah, not booming, but he delivered the boom. Here's what he had to say in the clubhouse after the win.
Yeah, it was insane. I mean, Cole, the whole staff, I mean, Felix obviously at the end was unbelievable. And for them, I mean, Kirby was, dominant. He did really well. And, yeah, it just seemed like whoever scored first was going to win.
What was it that made Kirby so tough?
He was just commanding the ball really well. Didn't leave much over the middle of the plate. And, you just got to tip your cap to him.
You guys have gone now a season and a half without losing, without getting swept in this series. I mean, is that kind of hard to believe?
It is crazy. I guess, I don't know. We're a good team, and that's just what happens with being good.
It's still hard to wrap your head around the 6th inning saves that Felix is able to do and performance in the 10th of striking out.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, he's unbelievable, and he's been our rock the whole year, and he's going to continue to do it. And yeah, he's great. Really good pitcher.
What was the approach there on the at-bat that got the run home?
Stay in the middle of the field. Just get a good pitch to hit. That's try to get a little elevated and just drive it to the outfield. And, I hit it on the ground, but, I hit it hard enough to get it through and, got the job done.
Well, and of course, what more can you do than laugh if you're Ryan Mountcastle at this point? Because it's Felix. He's been doing this all year long. And an incredible number here, Scott. In back-to-back appearances for Felix Bautista, 12 innings pitched, 0 runs given up. So he holds his own when he's asked a lot for this team. But you look at what Kyle Bradish is going to be able to deliver today, and you're hoping it's more of the same. Now, his last time out, 4 2/3 against the Mets, not his best. It was a career-high 5 walks, but he didn't allow any runs. And that's kind of what we've seen from these guys. They can grit it out.
Yeah, we saw in game 1, Kyle Gibson didn't have it, but he pitched into the 6th inning, helped save the bullpen. Do what you can to help your team. And Kyle Bradish, when he's right, his stuff is as good as anybody. The breaking ball is there. He can throw it by you, high 90s. So Kyle Bradish, if you look at today's pitching matchup, he's about a run better on the ERA, and you're hoping he can come through with one of his good performances. And then the bullpen behind him. 16 wins between Mike Baumann and Felix Bautista. We know Felix has 31 saves, but he's got 7 wins too. 16 wins out of those two in the bullpen. There's a lot of rotations that don't have 2 guys that have 16 wins. So they're picking each other up, and that's why they're winning a whole bunch of games.
I like it, and you love to see this behind Bradish again. He kind of knows when those big moments are, and he certainly rises to the occasion, which is what we're going to be expecting today. Well, Scotty, before we let you melt out here, we'll let you go ahead and get upstairs.
Radio's waiting. Off we go.